So what are the rules to installing used carpet? How do you patch carpet effectively? How do you handle job cancellations? And yes, Chase Nasty has left the flooring industry. What's cracking, everybody? It's Michael Alder here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and we are diving into some new segments within this channel here, covering a few topics within this one video to see what would actually happen. So first things first, if you're a flooring installer, you get the most aggravating calls in the world with, I have some used carpet I want you to install. Now, if you're new to the flooring game or just getting into it, this is going to come up, and not that you should turn away from installing used carpet because it can lead to referrals that could actually get you better jobs, but there's nothing fun about installing used carpet. People take little sections from their friends' houses. It's always a rich friend with pristine carpet. You have nothing to worry about, and they want you to install this for them. The vast majority of cases, it's a huge headache, but you can get great referrals by showing up to do this because no one wants to do this. Here's the key thing though. Nobody wants to do this. And because of this, you can charge a lot more and people are willing to pay it because all the material was free. They have ample money to go ahead and deploy to get someone to install it for them because nobody will do it. So the simple rule of thumb on installing used carpet, first things first, is making sure they have enough. Let's talk about the money before we get into that. Double whatever your rate is. So if you're charging 3, it's 6. If you're charging 5, it's 10. May sound excessive, but trust me, you will get it and it'll be worth the aggravation you have to deal with. Next, a few key questions you have to ask before you even take on the job, because we just had this come across our plate. The job is actually 40 minutes from my house. So I would usually blow this off right away. It's a friend of a long stream of great referrals. So of course I'm obligated to take this job on. So first things first, what's the room size? Am I doing the removal and furniture handling is the next question. Next question, how much carpet do you have? I need to know the actual size of the pieces, and then please send me pictures so I know what the material looks like that I'm working with. Get as much detail as you can up front. Labor rate is double. Everything else is your regular rate. So if you got to do carpet removal, that's $2 a yard. In my world, some people charge $1 a yard. You don't need to charge any extra for that. It's just a regular thing that you handle anyway. Furniture moving, same scenario. It's $2 a yard in my world. Some people charge $1 a yard. Some people charge $4 a yard. Whatever your rate is, that doesn't change. The only thing that does change, if you're handling used, weird, funky, dry rotted carpet, it's double your regular rate and you will get it the majority of the time because no installer wants to take on the jobs. Next, let's dive into this awesome patch job we did today with the sweetest old lady, and she dumped nail polish into her carpet. I'm going to show you how to fix that here for you DIY types. Let's go. Alrighty, so this horrible little stain we have right here was from a sweet little old lady that dumped nail polish on her carpet, then tried to clean it out with a million different chemicals and was totally unsuccessful. And this actually happened in 2 spots. So I'm going to show you 2 different strategies you can use to go ahead and patch in carpet and get things back together. Now, the funny thing about this is the carpet's 7 years old and the carpet I'm patching it with is a brand new piece of that carpet that was in storage for over 7 years. But all I did was just trace out a square around it with a flathead screwdriver to make some nice clean lines. I took my knife, cut out the original piece, traced that piece out with the new piece, marked it a few times to make it nice and clean, and then that's the classic AC44 I used to patch it in, and then I just blended in with the tractor there. Obviously the shades are way off because of the 7-year difference, but that's how you patch it in on the DIY style. Now, this one is a little bit bigger. You can't see all of it, but there's little splotches of bleach all around that red stain right there. So we're going to take out a bigger patch, and same scenario, just drawing a line with my flathead screwdriver, use my top cutter to trace out 3 of the 4 sides. Then on the 4th one, I like to do my classic freestyle seam there to go ahead and cut everything nice and snug. Now that I know everything is lined up and good to go, I go ahead and put tape around all 4 sides, and then it's hard to see in this video here, but that corner behind the seam iron there, I actually cut a little X out. And the reason I do that, when I pull the iron out, it gives me the ability to slide it out and then push all the corners back in without pulling seam tape and everything else that's funky. So yes, this patchwork sticks out like a sore thumb because it's brand new, but I told this sweet little old lady to go ahead and dance around at the park, come home, not change her shoes, make it blend in, and she'll be good to go. She loved the humor, so of course we got paid. Alrighty, and we're back. Let's talk about job cancellations and how to handle them when they come in at the last minute here. So tomorrow we had scheduled a large job. It was actually a job we had started about a week or two ago. The guy needed time to let the plumbers come in and do the next phase, and then we were to come in and wrap up. Now, I haven't been paid a dime on this yet. We have thousands of dollars on the line. I would love to wrap this up so I can go ahead and free up some cash and roll it into the next gig. So it was scheduled for tomorrow. Last minute, he canceled on us. I hate a wide open day, and I think a lot of installers say, I don't have any work tomorrow, I'm good, I'm going to go ahead and chill. Especially fourth quarter right now, you want to capitalize on as much work as possible, stockpile as much as you can, because after the holidays, everybody goes broke, and then you're scavenging just to go ahead and pay your rent, pay your mortgage, pay your car payment, pay your kids, whatever the case may be. You need to get this money now. So what do? You have to keep your pipeline full. Now, I was able to fill up my day with a bunch of little crappy jobs, but it's better than no jobs. So how do you do this? You pick up the phone. There was definitely leads that came in that you blew off at some point that you were just too busy for or you didn't want to handle. Swallow your pride, shoot a text to these customers. Hey, real sorry I missed you the other day or last week. We've been really backed up. We just had some openings. If you still need that done, let me know. I actually have some openings tomorrow. Most people will probably have moved on at that point, but in this current economic situation, a lot of times you could bring these jobs back into your pipeline and keep things pushing forward. So swallow your pride. Don't be afraid to reach out to people to take those average jobs when your jobs kick out. Whatever it takes to keep your cash flow coming in, because at the end of the day, I've said it a million times, our bodies are limited. You want to grab as much money as you can right now, hopefully deploy it into the right investments so that when your number's up, you can go ahead and kick back and you live off of your investments from there on. Or you could take mini vacations or long-term vacations. I'm talking 3-month, 6-month type vacations, and then just work in the summertime if you want, whatever the case may be. But the point is, make as much as possible. When job cancellations show up, do not put your feet up. Go ahead and get your grind on. Pick up the phone, start shooting out texts, whatever it takes to fill your schedule. Even if it's just a couple little repair jobs and you pick up another quick $200 versus the $1,000 you would have gotten, that $200 is better than zero. Take that $200, put it into some investments, and keep it growing. And finally, let's see what Chase Nasty has up his sleeve here.
This is Chase Nasty, your $20 hood mechanic. We had a Chrysler Town and Country door that would not open at all, locked in place. So what I did was, barely a goddamn thing, I took this lock and I fucking held that shit in place, and then I clicked the unlock button a couple times and that shit worked. And now that shit open. As you can see, I can put my foot through it. That shit open. Boom, bitch. Holla.
That boy done lost his mind. He will be back at work tomorrow, but he's a creative individual, so I got to give it to him. As always, I truly appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for hanging out. Comment below with any questions. I'll see you on the next video.